Last time out in the Rise of Glory Club 2, we were beaten 4-1 by Aston Villa in the FA Cup quarter-final, which, given we're a League One side, wasn't as bad as it could have been. I just made some tactical tweaks that made the scoreline worse than it should have been, but that's something we can learn from. But today though, a very important match is happening. We've had a few games since we last met, so let's go over them. The first match was a 3-1 victory over Wrexham. We had to come from behind to win this match, but we did ourselves justice and we proved to be a very good team, even if they had more possession than we did. Tom Bloxham coming on from the bench to get a brace was very, very useful. The next game we had was against Crewe Alexander, and I don't know why I cannot beat this team, but 2 games and 2 draws against them this year. I wish we could beat them. The fact our goalkeeper got the highest average rating is a bit concerning, but what can you do? I just wish we could do better in front of goal and not have so many shots off target or blocked. The next match we had was our game in hand, and it was against Cardiff City, who we beat by 2-0. A very important win, and a very convincing win too, because they had no shots on target, and we absolutely dismantled them with ease. Much easier than I thought it would be, honestly. And the last game we had was against Cheltenham Town, and given that this is our biggest rivals we're talking about here, this was an important win. We were 3-0 inside 59 minutes, but then gave them 2 goals to allow them to get a chance back in, but we ensured we won. Dimitri Mitchell getting a brace though was very useful, and the table looks like this. We're top of the table by 5 points. Oxford United take on Leyton Orient. If we win or draw, we're champions because of our goal difference. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as we don't lose, we can be promoted as champions. So we were promoted about 2 games ago, and it was very comfortably done. Cardiff did us a massive favour last time out though, because they beat Oxford United by 3-1, and that was important for our chances of winning the league. I don't just want to get promoted, I want to win the leagues too. Oh, and I know that someone's going to ask about the youth intake, but this is what it was, and it was kind of rubbish, so yeah, I'm only going to hire the person that's got 3 sub potential ability, Noel Hughes, and even then, I'm begrudgingly doing it. It is a terrible intake. That being said though, we're taking a Shrewsbury today. They're in 8th. I want to win to ensure that we are champions. They need to win to keep up the pace with Burton Albion and to ensure that they can actually be in the playoffs this year. But this is going to be our lineup, and a few players have been rested. So here we are. Smith, Biller, Warner, Taylor, Jackson, Clarkson, Iqbal, Jenks, Raksaki, Adams and Cannonier start. On the bench we have Austin, Fish, Carr, Bellingham, Mitchell, Tawanda and Bloxham. We've got 2 players with at least 18 goals in the league this year as striker, so that's great. I just need to ensure we win the league today. We've got a throw here, Biller could take it, and Raksaki can do something. Biller gets the ball back though. Raksaki now on the ball. Can he place in the middle? No, gets cleared away, but only as far as Clarkson, who keeps it just about. His Biller. Now what can he do? Plays it back. No, he loses the ball again. And Lee on the ball. I definitely didn't think we'd be losing the ball here, but here is an opportunity for us to get the ball back. We have Warner now. Just need to avoid losing it. Here's Taylor. Plays it back to Clarkson. Back to Taylor. Here's Iqbal. Now out wide to Biller, and we're looking very good here. We can do a long ball forward, and we found it. Here's Raksaki. Needs to play the ball across to go for goal himself. He puts it over. So far, as we stand, we're not going to drop down or lose a game, which is fine. And, oh my god, that's a save or the crossbar. I don't know which one it was, but that is too close for comfort, please. Can we not do that? Come on. Do not let them have that kind of opportunity. I know away form is the only time we lose at all, but we can do better than that. Here's Jenks though on the ball, running at the defence. Finds Cannonier. Cannonier could go for goal here. No, he can't. He's got to play it across. And he loses anyway. Okay, back to them. And Morgan now finds Lee. He's surely offside. Surely he's offside. I genuinely think he's offside. If that's not offside, I'm stunned. That is ridiculous he's not offside. How is he not offside here? He looks so off. Oh, he's timed it perfectly. I just realised now. I think it's Taylor that's kept him on. But wow, I did not think that was onside. I must confess, I'm a little startled by this. But Oxford are not winning, so even if we don't win, as things stand, Oxford are going to give up the chase for the title. Leyton Orient are doing us a massive favour right now. We need to get the equaliser or win the game. So we need to get an equaliser quickly and make sure we win. I don't want to have to rely on other teams to get me the results I'm looking for. We got to... Well, they got a goal kick. I'm going to try and make sure they get something out of this. We need to do better here. Because the fact we're not winning this game is still weird to me. And their goal is still annoying to me, actually, that they got their goal. But here we are now. I'm to defend against them. And I'm just bemused by the fact we're losing this game. And I know they're trying to get promoted for the playoffs, but even so, we should not be losing this game. Unbelievable that they've had a chance there. Corner, I've just demanded more, so that might actually be what's going to happen as a result of this. Here's Clarkson with the corner. I have rotated my squad, but I didn't think I need to change that much as we put the ball wide. I've just made 4 changes. Carr takes a free kick. Cannon is never going to get to that, but here's Bellingham, keeps it just about. Here's Warner. So here we are. We've had to make the changes, so I just wasn't content with what was happening. Mitchell, playing the left back, plays it back to Smith. And, oh, I'm just so annoyed. Carr finds Clarkson, can play the ball forward potentially. Finds Raksaki, who I think has been better than the rating shows, actually. He's cut inside, plays across to Bellingham. And I think that was blocked or was offside. It was offside, okay. I didn't think I'd need to do the second game, to be completely honest with you. But as things stand, we might need to. Here's Carr. Plays out wide to Taylor. Here's Bellingham now. And we need to keep the ball. Carr plays it forward, just find blocks and doesn't work. And it's a free kick because Xavier is sent off. And that should be our really, really useful situation here. Give us a free kick highlight. I've got an attacking. I need to get this win. Warner plays the ball forward to Raksaki. If we get the equaliser now, it'd be great. We do. 2-1 scores. Okay. I'm going to stick to my attacking plan because it wasn't working before. They're down to 10 men. We've got the equalising goal. And as far as I'm concerned, this is better. Oh, thank God we've equalised. I am actually annoyed that it took this long to get this goal. I swear, if they score now, I will be even more annoyed. Forrester finds his teammate Senga Ngoi. And Warner gets the ball back. Here's Carr. If we score now, that'd be perfect. Bellingham plays the ball forward to Bloxham. And I've probably been saying his name wrong the entire time, and I apologise. But here's Taranda. Goes for a goal over the bar. We could have got a second immediately. We drew 1-1, and I don't think that was enough. Because I think Oxford would have won that game. But we drew, so I guess we didn't lose. Oxford did win, but we are champions because of goal difference. Unless we have a 22-goal swing, we're not losing out on the title. So I don't think we're going to mess this up somehow. So I know people are going to ask about this, but we actually got given an £8.071 million transfer budget to work with and £121,000 a week wage budget, which I'm going to have to tinker because I don't think we're going to be able to make that many signings. And with the wage budget being what it is, we might need to tinker it across, but we can do a lot with this budget if I stay. I'm still not convinced about staying at the club, if I'm honest with you, despite the fact I've been given an £8 million budget. I also know that most of that budget is only there because we sold Bellingham for $5.75 million. But that is just me. Okay, this is the game we secured a title. Because even if we lose, goal difference is our friend. I mean, Wigan could actually still beat Oxford because Wigan have actually been quite useful in recent times. And we lost to Wigan at their ground. And we've never lost at home. So even if the impossible happens and we lose, we're still champions. But I don't think we're going to lose regardless. I want to win this game. So this is going to be the lineup. There are some injuries that we have to talk about. Clarkson is injured, so he's not back until tomorrow. So that's why he's not involved. But the lineup is going to be this. Smith, Noland, Fish, Happ, Coulson, Carr, Iqbal, Bellingham, Mitchell, Tawanda, and Cannonier. On the bench, we have Austin, Warner, Phillips, Jenks, Aziz, Mavasil, and Bloxham. Let's win the title. Okay, so they've got a corner, And Smith takes control of it. Charlton need to win this game because they're fighting to get into 6th and they're only 1 goal behind Burton right now. So they're kind of hoping that Burton don't do well. And if they do well, that they can match them and surpass their goal difference. Which is why I'm a little concerned that Charlton could be the team that actually beats us. As Ramsey's on the ball, can play in the middle, has done, and Ball scores. Ibrahim Ball scores. We're behind inside 12 minutes. I swear, if this is my last game in charge of Forest Green, I'm going to be very annoyed with this because I want to be leaving Forest Green in the high if I am to leave during the World Cup summer. And this is annoying because I know we're definitely better than that. Can we not do this, please? They got a free kick. If they score again, this is just bad. Henry's going to take the free kick. And he's hit the bar. This is not going well, is it? Cole's on the throw. Finds Cannoneer. Back to Coulson. He plays in the middles. Nobody there, though. Taylor heads the ball away. Stewart down the ball. And my players are idiots, I feel like, sometimes. If we get a point, we equal what we did last year in terms of points, but I want to win the title on a high. I don't want to rely on goal difference to win the title, thank you. Bellingham finds Hap, though. And we should be doing better than this. Coulson plays the ball forward to find Tawanda. Here's Hap. And we need to do better than this. Fish now on the ball. What can he do? Iqbal finds Mitchell. Plays it forward to find Cannoneer. Cannoneer surely equalises. No, good save from Blackman. And Jamel Blackman denies them. Ay. Carter take the corner. We made 8 changes for this game too, so it's not like I haven't changed the side. And it's been 10 days since the first match of the video. So the fact we're not winning this is very frustrating right now because I know this team's better than what it's been shown right now. I don't want to lose my unbeaten home record. I've not lost at home this year. Can I at least have that to talk about? As Gardner Hickman plays the ball in the middle and they've hit the bar again. Twice now they've hit the bar. Good lord. Okay, so Stewart's on the ball. Cannoneer's been sent. Oh my goodness sake. Well, that's done, isn't it? Good lord. Well, I don't want to be here anymore. I do not want to be in this game anymore. Nolan finds Ramsey. We're down to 10 men because Cannoneer decided to be an absolute wazzock. Gardner Hickman over the bar. We're not going to lose the title and goal difference, but I wanted to at least put up a fight and not be down to 10 men. So, 2 red cards been in the last 2 matches. 1 for us, 1 for our opposition. Carl finds Iqbal. We can still get a winner here, though. Nolan just needs to play a good ball, really, or play it across nicely. Finds Iqbal. And Carr plays it forward to find Tawanda. He can actually get there first. He does, and that's a great save from Blackman. Despite being down to 10 men, we've actually had some good chances. I just wish we weren't down to 10 men. Because my hopes and aspirations of winning the title without losing at home are starting to fade away. And that is not ideal at all. How we had an XG of 1.12 and Burton are losing, so Charleston would be 3 points there regardless. Oxford are not winning. They're drawing against Wickham right now. I swear everything is going our way, and Charleston's way to be fair, despite the fact I want to be winning this game. Honestly, what is wrong with this team? Since we've been down to 10 men, we've actually been the better team in terms of chances created, I think. But here's Hap anyway. Finds Smith. Hap. Carr. Smith again. Fish. Plays the ball forward. Mitchell. Iqbal. Bellingham. We don't need a striker to make these chances, sadly enough. But here we are now. Coulson. He needs some support. He's going to find someone in the middle, surely. Mitchell almost scored. They got a corner. And this is going to be frustrating because I think they're going to score a second. They've missed a chance to get a second, but okay. This has felt the most underwhelming I've ever felt because we did not win. We lifted a trophy at our ground, but we lost. And we had a man sent off inside the first half. Can I feel underwhelmed by this? This feels so unimpressive and not worth my time. But we got the league title lift. We've won the league. And now we're going to lift the trophy. And we've won it. So we won League 1. I'm happy we won League 1. But I don't feel like I deserve to win League 1, which is very frustrating. But what can you do? Understandably, I feel livid about this. But the title belongs to us, and the fact we've done it, despite losing, is nice. And I guess I've got a record of 3 straight promotions with title wins, even if it's with 2 different clubs right now, but we've done it. I'm just not happy how it happened. If that's my last ever game in just this team, that says a lot. Burton beat Plymouth anyway, and Charlton, despite winning, could not even get in the playoffs regardless. That was all for nothing then. At least Oxford didn't win, I suppose. So Port Vale and Burton both got in the playoffs, so congrats to them. The fans love me for winning the league title again, and they've done a lot of good things for us now, which is really, really useful. The board are delighted with the fact we won the title, so there's that. And the fact we won the title despite losing the last game is great. I just wish it didn't come because of that, but it is what it is. Either way though, I am going to come back for the season with you, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So we are back, and we've just had a few things that's come through. The supporter profile update was one of them. We've now got 120,500 followers on social media, which is great. And the club expectations is to attempt to avoid relegation from the championship, but to expand the stadium. So that's a thing that's happening. And I don't think I was expecting that to happen so soon. But yeah, we only need to remain in the championship by 2030, which, if I'm here at that point, that's amazing. But something's happened on the same day as this. We've just moved to the Memorial Stadium, Bristol Rovers ground, and yeah, it's not the best condition apparently. It will be the biggest capacity I've ever managed in, as things stand, but we've moved into there because we're expanding our stadium by 2,500 seats, costing us about $3 million to do, which is not ideal. The fact we've also got no understory heating is also a little concerning, but what can you do there? It'll take about 11 months to complete, so we'll be having our first season of the championship, if I'm still here, at the Memorial Stadium, which could cause problems. So, we're at the end of season review, things have been going well, and we have won a trophy again. The signing of the season was Zidane Iqbal, understandably so. It's a big, big name, and for what we're looking at, massive, massive deal. He does want a new contract, which is about 3 times the amount of money he's being paid right now. I haven't actually entered negotiations with him at the moment, but it's just one of those things that could go against us, really. We made a load of signings. Some were successful, some weren't, and I feel like we did good business either way this year. And with the sales out, well, Bellingham we sold for 5.75 million. It won't show here for some reason, but I guess because he's loaned back to us, but we're fine. And we sent a few players out on loan as well. But yes, we're champions right now. Plymouth and Burton are in the playoff final, so we'll go to the end until we see who's going up with us. But we had a great start to the year. And if I took until October for our first of it the year, showed how good our season was at the beginning. Even if we had some iffy spells at parts, like the spell between November, December, and the 2 periods of we drew 3 games in a row, but we were fine, and the fact we only lost once at home all year was very promising and very telling, and we're good this year. FA Cup, getting to the 6th round was outstanding. I don't know how we did it, but I'm not complaining. League Cup, we got to the 4th round, lost Derby. Their logo is here. It's just because they're black in the logo, and it's a black background, you can't see it that well. They got relegated for the championship. And EFL trophy, I wanted to win this for the 2nd year running, but we didn't. And Cardiff didn't win a competition either. It was actually Man City's under-21s that won the trophy, so a sad day for all. Biggest win was a 6-0 victory. The match to remember was a 4-1 victory away from home against Millwall, and the goal of the season was this goal by Carr against Lincoln City, and it is outstanding. It is one of 2 goals that could have been goal of the season, but that is the pick of the bunch, and it's a superb free kick. So good that it was honestly my favourite goal of the year. Finances, we are really good. We made 3 million in sponsorship. We made a lot of money throughout the season. And even the prize money, we made about almost millions. So we're very good here. We made £185,000 in merchandise, and Iqbal was the 2nd top shirt seller. So really good to see how that went. How we learned it was this, and the fact that we only had 4 players that didn't have a rating of 7 or above was useful. And Cannoneer would have had a rating over 7 if it wasn't for the fact he got sent off in the last game of the year. But yes, things are good. Mitchell was the player of the season. Bellingham was the young player of the year. Zidane Iqbal was the sign of the year. Carr got the goal of the season. Kennedy got 19 goals in the season. I think just 2 shy of last year, which is impressive way. Raksaki got 12 assists. Kennedy got the most player of the match award, which actually is the record now. Carlson got the highest average rating over 7.2, and Telega played the most passes per 90 with just 78. Bellingham has the record of the biggest sale we've ever made of 5.75 million, and it's outstanding. And understandably, this is a great season and a successful one. This team has never been above 19th in League One before this season. We've now won the League One title, and we're now in a championship next year if I stay around. And we're now going to the timeline, and the fact that the first thing that we're talking about in the season is actually this Zidane Iqbal signing, which was literally on deadline day and wasn't something I was planning until the agent told me that I could get him. So there's that. We broke records of the most money brought into the club, the most money brought in by a sale at Genley, Giant Killers, 3-0 against Burnley, historic upset, 2-0 against Leeds, historic upset again, the 4-1 win against Southampton, promotion specialist, 3 in a row, and we got 200 games in charge now, and we did it in a draw against Crewe, which is very disappointing. And the fact that we're now League One champions and we've been promoted again, and the fact it's now 4 trophies in our first full season as a manager, it tells me that I can do great things, and I think I can still do more. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last season I do at Forest Green, because I've already had some big links with Sheffield United, for example, in the Premier League. Don't be surprised if I get poached by a team that is bigger than Forest Green right now, and I hate to say that. We actually made another 250,000 for taking part in the FA Cup, so that's a good sign for what we did. And we did pay about 35,000 for getting to the quarterfinal, which is really useful. And to the shock of nobody, we were the biggest overachievers in the FA Cup getting to the quarterfinal. Brighton have won the cup though, so fair play to Brighton. They're looking very good. And it's Lionel Scaloni who's got the trophy, so not a name I was expecting to see here. I definitely wasn't expecting to see the former Argentina manager be the one to do it, but there you go. And it's just incredible, isn't it? But the reason I'm talking about potentially moving on is because I've now got a 3-star reputation, and that is normally a good sign that I can go to either a 3-star team or a 3.5-star team in reputation, which again is very useful, and I think we can do that very quickly. All the trophies I've got are starting to pile up, and I think we can definitely look even more impressive in the future. As such, I've already got 4 trophies to my name, and even though I'm not anywhere near to the quality of these people in this list, I've still got a lot of trophies, and I'm very excited for where I can go from here. And I think that we can do big things in the future, and I would not be as shocked if I was moving this summer that I would have been other times, because it's World Cup year as well. And that means international managers lose their jobs. The bigger nations approaching the bigger managers for the national jobs, so don't be surprised if I get a job somewhere that's either international management or a club abroad, because I've literally applied for a job that's abroad. I would do it as well. Speaking of jobs abroad right now, Sampdoria could be an interesting one because they're in 10th place and didn't do very well in Serie B this year, but they missed out on automatic promotion by 13 points, and they have got minus 8 million in the bank, so maybe I don't go to Sampdoria, but they are an interesting proposition because of the fact that they are a big team that should not be this far down, and former Serie A winners, former European Cup winners, and former Coppa Italia winners down here struggling. It's a bit surprising to me, and I thought they would do better than this, but no, they're just struggling right now. And that's not even talking about the jobs that are potentially becoming available very soon in the near future. I know what some of you are going to say. Arsenal. Immediately Arsenal. I don't think that is a job I can go for right now, but teams in Argentina, Austria, Scotland, Croatia, Sweden, those could come up and could be of interest to me. I'm looking at 3-star to 3.5-star jobs potentially coming up and being of interest to me, because I think I can go to some big clubs in the future and take over their jobs. And it just makes sense in my mind to look at these jobs and think I can take over some of these jobs. Now, obviously, not all of them are going to be that appealing, but some jobs are going to be of interest to me. And I just need to make sure we do a good job with finding the right job. And that's not even talking about the jobs that could come up once some seasons ends, because the Premier League's not even finished yet. They've still got a game to go as of this moment in time. Spain has still got at least a game to go that they're finishing this week. The Bundesliga may have finished, but they've still got the playoffs to worry about. While Serie A's still got about 2 games to go themselves, and Liga has still got a game to go. So anything's still possible for what can come up, especially with all these nations not finishing their seasons yet. And I think we can definitely go to some big jobs in the future. And I'm looking at the top 10 leagues as well and thinking, there are some jobs here I can take advantage of and potentially apply for, because there are some big jobs out there, and I think we can do great things. I really do, especially with all the opportunities that could come our way in the very near future. That being said though, Forest Green have been hit with a tax bill of 1.1 million because we made a lot of money this year, mostly the Bellingham sale, and commercial income. There's more money coming in. Happy days. Am I going to be tempted to stay with Forest Green? No, it's the question. Oh my word, that is a big scouting budget. Hello. I can wire the world with that money. So yes, you've literally given me enough money to cover that. I'm willing to do that right now. We've got 3.6 million in sponsorship income now. That's interesting. That's actually mid-table in the championship. That is incredible to think about, but okay. And that's not even talking about the teams that might be getting relegated. So fascinating. Okay, so it's the playoff final of Burton Albion and Plymouth Argyle. Who is going to win? And it's Plymouth. In the 95th minute, they win the match. That is heartbreaking for Burton Albion, though. And we've just paid out $325,000 to the squad and backroom staff for winning the league. And we've also received $723,000 for taking part in League One. And we've now got $10 million in the bank. So suddenly, the transfer budget that we were given does not look out of place. And now all of this is started to happen, and the record high for Forest Green is a points record apparently for us. I don't know if that's actually the case, but that's a lie. I don't know what they're doing about that. But Coulson was the highest average rating. Apparently the entire season was a bit weird. I was named the manager of the year, so that's great. And my director of football and head of performance analysis was really happy with the fact that I got it. I'm still just a 3-star manager, so that's good. 6 players of Forest Green were named in the team of the year, the players team of the year, at least anyway. So Fish, Nolan, Mitchell, Bellingham, Clarkson and Cannonier were all in there. 4 players was Oxford, and the sole player that wasn't any of us and didn't get promoted was Obafemi of Burton Albion. We've actually got 2 more players in the World Cup, so that's interesting. Ethan Pennick of Jamaica and Ibo Adams of the Gambia. The Gambia is at the World Cup. That's actually interesting. And this also might just happened. So Aziz has just gained an extra year into contract because we gave promotion, which isn't the end of the world, if I'm going to be honest with you, because it means we can probably get more money now, that we can add more value to that. And he can be a championship player. So if anything, he's earned himself the right to be here. So we can do that. Clarkson getting paid $6.5 grand for being the team of the year is barely anything long term, so there you go. Well then, I've just been linked to Watford. Okay, they've just been relegated, which is not a good start. Arsenal's manager's also been sacked. That's more interesting to me, but yeah, it was a second favourite for this job. But St Mirren, Arne Slot could take Porto, Hereford or Monaco's manager. I don't know if I want to talk about this openly out loud, if I'm honest with you, because they're going to want to be champions, aren't they? And they have this guy. Oh, this is suddenly interesting. I was going to wait until the Champions League final happened, but I've suddenly just had some big jobs to pay up, turning up. So let's look at the job security elsewhere. So Cagliari, Parma have just been relegated, Troyes being relegated, Passos de Ferreira just being relegated, Star Bucharest have just been relegated as well, I'm assuming. Yep, they've been relegated. Okay. I want to wait until the Champions League finals happen, but I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say anything about the press speculation about this right now. I feel like I should keep things to my chest for now. But the reason I'm interested in the St Mirren job is because they've literally just come 3rd place. So while they've probably got less money than my current role, they're in Europe. And Europe is very appealing to me right now. And they could probably offer me more money in wages, so that helps as well. But yeah, the fact that none of us have really said anything about the Watford job says it all. It says a lot. Well, so we've got two people not saying anything, but they got a guy wanting to say something, and he's the Hertha manager, which probably isn't going to be the job that I can go for, but that would be a very appealing job if I can get that. Oh my god. I have never seen this before. Legitimately, this news article I have never seen before about they're still considering me, even though I've said nothing. That is mad to me. I've never seen this article, but apparently I've impressed enough with 3 straight titles, but I guess with 2 straight promotions that makes sense that they want me, but very interesting. I've never seen this article before. Your name has emerged among speculation that Watford are continuing as their manager. Are you willing to discuss these rumours now? No! I won't be commenting on such matters, no! Why would I comment? I'm just gonna keep quiet. I got nothing to say on the matter. I'm looking at potentially for jobs at foreign teams. I'm looking at jobs that are currently abroad right now. That is not something that's got my interest. Though, this team's got my interest. What on earth happened here? He retired. Oh, he's retired. They finished 2nd place in the championship, or 3rd place in the championship group. And they're in Europe. That suddenly got more appealing to me. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Wait until the Champions League finals happens and then we'll talk. I've just been made the favour of the Watford job, and I don't know how to feel about this. Okay, so more jobs have become available, and I'm definitely looking at this thinking, well, this is interesting. So this job looks like an interesting one because they are the champions of Romania. They have just won it again, and it's actually the first time they've won it in 2 years. I don't know what's happening here, but they're in a Champions playoff. They've won it. I don't know what other matches are still going on there, but they're still finishing up today for the European Players Playoff final, which is fascinating it's taken this long, but there you go. While the Admiral Rakamodlin job is available, they are struggling financially, but they are the 8-time Bundesliga champions and have won the cup 5 times. I also know that it'll be a very difficult thing to win, considering that Red Bull Salzburg exist, and they are the defending champions of everything, and have just won the League and Cup double again, so I almost need their job to become available. But yeah, a lot of jobs become available. There's even some jobs in Belgium that might be appealing to me, if I'm honest with you, like Levan. But with Watford already looking at me thinking, well, I can be a favourite for the role, am I to be concerned with that potentially coming up? But Sampdoria could be an interesting job that comes up if they decide to not go for me. I think that job is still available. They want to get promoted, I assume. But they got a lot of money to work with, but they're also 10 million in the red, so that's a scary little prospect there. We also got the likes of Cagliari, who have just sacked the manager and look like they're struggling financially if the 32 million in the red is anything to go by. Same can be said for Parma and they're 8 million in the red, but not as bad as Cagliari, so there you go. But Watford is interesting. I'm just not sure if it's my first choice to go for, because it doesn't end well at Watford, does it? You don't tend to stick around for very long. But you also got the likes of Troyes, who could be interesting, and they're part of the City Football Group, so could be my first venture into that. And if I can get them to win the 2nd tier of French football, then fair enough. There's a few jobs that could be up for availability, and I wonder if I want to go for any of them right now. So what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot, and I honestly don't know what else could be coming up, because I look at the Sheffield United job, I didn't go for that. I wanted to wait until after the season's over, and I have done, so there we are. But there are some jobs that could come up that could get me interest, and 2 jobs became available because their manager's retired. So I look at it that way and think we can do more. But until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.